Hello and welcome back. I'm Sandy with Sandy's Organized Chaos, and it is vlog day today. So happy to see every single one of you. All right, I have my tutorial from Friday with me here. My seashell peekaboo tumbler. I really like how this turned out. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. But I really, really love how those bubbles look. They look so realistic. I couldn't be more happier with the film that I chose for that. So pretty. Okay, it is Mother's Day today, so my vlog isn't going to be very long today, and on top of all that, it is also Jeff's birthday, so lots of stuff happening today, Mother's Day and Jeff's birthday. So we got started on some teacher tumblers. I'm doing a split beach tumbler for them. I got started on glittering them, and I said we would pick up with the waves, so that's what we're picking up today. So I'm ready to wake up, prep these tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. All right, so picking up where we left off, I went ahead and I put a coat of epoxy over top of all my glitter there. I sanded it down really good, and now we're ready to add our waves. In that cup there, I actually have 30 mLs of fast set epoxy. Yeah, so I think I spent 10 minutes last time when I did my tutorial. I spent about 10 minutes doing the 1 cup. So now I really have to work quick because, fast set cures really fast, hence the name. Anyways, you guys know. So all together, after I got my waves on and everything, it only took me about 11 minutes. But the thing was I knew that I didn't want to handle my wands and then screw it on. I wanted to just do it all in one thing. So I'm actually applying my epoxy, as you can see, onto the tumbler, which I know most of you guys do. I don't like doing it this way. I don't know why. It just felt weird to me. I'm so used to holding it and managing it that way. I don't know. I did it though. Somehow I managed. So I'm going to go ahead and I used almost all 30 mLs of that. Okay, I only left a very, very small amount of epoxy in the bottom of my little cup here. All right, after I got that all smoothed out, I made sure my handles were covered, everything. I went ahead and I put some drops of my white alcohol ink, there we go, into my little bit of epoxy that I had left. And now I'm just going to smear it on either side of my water line here. And of course, I put a little bit onto the bottom as well. And then I'm just going to come through and kind of smooth it out just a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because we're going to be moving it around with our blow dryer here in a second. And I know these handle tumblers, they're so hard to get them even on your wand to make them not flop over like that. I did adjust it a little bit after it was all said and done. It's just my football inside of it. It needs to be replaced, and that's what makes it flop because it's not a full football. It's kind of like all ripped to shreds and stuff. So I really need to replace that one, but it was okay. I didn't have any lumps of anything anywhere. We were good to go. All right, that's all smeared on, and now I am going to take my blow dryer here. Now, I don't know if I really talked about this as why I choose a hair dryer over a blowtorch. I mean, I know I've done tutorials in the past and I probably explained it there, but I really like the amount of warm air it pushes out. Like, blow dryers, they blow really hard, and that's what you want. You want it to be pushed rather than just heated up, because if you just heat it up, it's just going to slide around in the same spot. But if you're blowing it with another heating source like the blow dryer, it's going to expand out your waves and give us that wave look that you would like, instead of just keeping it in one area. And I do have it on high, so it's on my highest setting. It's only high and low, and either way is warm. The air that comes out to warm either way, so I don't have a cool setting or anything like that. This is like just a really cheap blow dryer, so and that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to blow these waves around. As you can see, I'm stopping my turner so that way I can kind of get in there a little bit better, and then I'll bring it around to the other side, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. So there are a little bit of areas that I need to come through and touch up along the shoreline, which I'm not going to worry about it right now. I want to get these waves going, and then I'll come back through and kind of touch up anything I need to after all 3 of these tumblers have their waves moved around, because like I said, we're working with quick sets, so we got to move quick here. So after all three have their waves moved around, now I'm going to come back through, and if I can, I'm going to go ahead and push any more waves around that I would like to. This one I just wanted to touch up one more time. And again, I'm just going to come through and do that on each one of these, and then I'm going to come through and clean up around the shoreline there. All right, and like I said, 3 tumblers took me 11 minutes. I think I did really well this round. Maybe it was because I applied my epoxy while they were turning on the turner. I don't really know, to be honest with you guys. Like I said, it was just kind of weird doing it, putting the epoxy on while they were on the turner. It was weird to me, but okay. But I see why you guys do that. You know, you want to save your gloves and stuff. I totally get it. I just felt like I was gooping everything up inside of it. I don't know. I'll get used to it. All right, this is how they're looking. I'm going to let those cure, and then we'll move on to adding our second set of waves. Now, I started this, it was about 4 or 5 in the morning, and when I started doing my second set, it was probably about 9, so that's pretty good, you know, that's why you gotta love quick set. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through and sand everything down really good. I'm gonna trim my rim really good. I'm gonna make sure that my handles are getting smooth and all that, because now is the point where you wanna start making sure that these final coats of epoxy are going to be really smooth, especially around your handle and rim and the bottom. All right, I got my, oh, all right, there we go. I got my glitter snow. I got my little size 8 round brush here. I'm going to get my waves going. So this is probably my favorite part of doing this tumbler. I really, really like painting these waves on and just again, seeing everything kind of come together. I really like that portion of when we're doing glitter tumblers and you're finally getting those last layers. You're peeling back something or you're applying something and you're really starting to see that project come together. That's probably my favorite. So I don't know if I told you guys this. I don't think I said it in the tutorial, but obviously the name of the stuff is Aleene's Glitter Snow. So it actually has a sparkle to it, and it's really cool looking. It's like a purpley blue opal that's inside of it. It's really pretty, and it just kind of gives it just a little bit more of a dimension to that fake wave look. So I'm starting off on the one side here. Again, we're going to double up those waves. I start out with more of a dramatic wave out onto the shoreline, and then I'm going to do a more kind of concentrated one right around where the split is. And I'm just going to follow that completely around the entire tumbler. So after I got done doing it all the way around, and by the time I got done, it was pretty much almost dry on the other side. So what I did was I held it to see if I needed to add more waves or kind of make something a little bit, you know, more visible. So I just came through and I'm just going to add a couple more little waves right on the other side, just dabbing it very lightly and pulling it down very lightly because it was pretty much dry on the other side. So I could kind of blend that down into the other waves. And now I'm just going to do up all 3 of the tumblers with their little waves all around it. Now, after I get this last one done, I'm just going to come through one more time, kind of flip it around, take a look at it. Do I need to add anything? Do I need to brighten anything up? So I'm going to go ahead and grab this other one, and I was kind of looking at it, and I'm going to flip it around here. I'll show you guys here in a second. There we go. Okay. Any second now. And there we go. Okay. So this side just seemed a little bit lighter than I wanted it to be. So, there's no right or wrong when it comes to doing art, and we can absolutely go back over it if we need to. So I'm just going to apply some more dabs around the areas. I just want it to be more opaque, you know. I want it to be more vibrant white around where the wave crashes completely. And then I'm just gonna lightly blend that in. And there we go. We're fixing up an area that we just wanted it to be just a little bit darker than it was. So, because once it dries, it does turn more of translucent in some areas unless it's kind of piled up. You don't want it piled up too much, just enough, and that's all you got to do. Just fluff it up there, brush it down, blend it in, and there you go. So now all I got to do is just kind of let those dry, and it dries relatively fast unless you kind of pile it up like I'm doing here. So I'm actually going to set those off to the side probably for about an hour or 2, and then I'll probably add another coat of epoxy over top of this. All right, they're all dry. They're ready to have their coats of epoxy put on. So let's take a look. I think that turned out pretty cool. Look at that. I'm so proud of this design. I really am. It's between this and the bubbly witch's brew. I'm very proud of those two designs that I came up with. So design concepts, you know, I don't know. But look at that. Turn it, and then when you're drinking out of it, very cool. Let's take a look at the other two. Okay. What do you guys think? They look all right? They look okay? Now, I don't think I'm gonna put a quote. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna put their names on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it smooth. I'm gonna put a coat of epoxy over it, get it smooth, and next week we'll finish it up with the names on them, and then obviously do up their finishing coats, and they'll be ready to go off to the teachers. So, but that's how they're looking so far. Okay, so next weekend we'll get some decals on that. I want to start on a key ring for or a keychain bangle. Anyways, to match that keychain I showed you guys last weekend as well, which we'll do next weekend. And what else am I gonna do? Molly might join me next weekend. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm still waiting on her materials to come in for her to get started on her marketplace stuff. We already had to do her business. She had to make up business cards. She has to make up like a little sign to go in her booth area. So we're being a little bit extra with it. I think the teacher said the budget was $20, but y'all know how much are craft supplies. I'm just saying. All right, we might have went over just a little bit, but but these kids deserve it, because this is them saving up. It's like fake money that they earned throughout the school year for good behavior, you know, stuff like that. Just little things here and there that they're earning to be able to spend at this marketplace. So I'm okay with spending a little bit more, you know what I mean? So all right, well, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Happy Mother's Day to all my mothers out there. I hope you had a very relaxing day. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.